Yo, what's up everybody? Thank you all for tuning in. My name's Tyler, watching a game of Age of Empires 2. Today, on Arabia, between two of the very best players in the game, the Viper and Nabs MBL 40C. Nabs here in red is playing as Byzantines. Interesting civ, not one that we see all the time. The Viper is playing as Huns. I can only assume this is a random civ game between these two guys. This is the first game of a set of 4. That's not actually the first game, it's just one of the games of a set of 4. I haven't seen these games myself. I heard they were good, and I'm going to try basically sending them out to you without having watched them first. And let me know what you think. Maybe we'll both be surprised by the outcome. So M here in red, very normal Dark Age for him. Looks like 6 on sheep and 7 on sheep. It looks like he's actually looking around at the moment. What I can see though that's odd is Viper's scout coming way forward, and actually Viper's going to get a little lucky here. He's going to find both of M's sheep, and it looks like for the moment those sheep are going to be the Viper's sheep. M has not noticed that they're gone, and he's currently fighting with Viper's scout as they walk across the map, as slowly as sheep always seem to walk. So it looks like Viper's going to have a boost in this game. He's going to have 2 extra sheep. Although he hasn't found his own sheep yet, since he sent his scout forward so aggressively, he does have 2 extra sheep in the long run. So we'll see if that plays out in his favor through this game. I'm going to speed up to 60% here, since the Dark Age of this game is usually pretty similar. Just building houses, luring boars in, building a mill, putting 3 on lumber, in this case for M. In Viper's case, it looks like he's actually going to have 4 on lumber, so we might see a drush out of him. Viper's map, let's see, we have berries on the front, stone on the front, gold on the front. There is some structure to work with if he comes very far forward to try to wall off, but this area is just so big. It looks like Viper is going to be playing this game with his resources out in the open. On the other hand, M has forward gold, but he might be able to build a few walls to protect it. He's got stone on the side, berries to the side, gold in the back, and more resources over here. Hopefully he scouts that area. All in all, probably not a whole lot of wallable area for M. He likes to wall quite a bit, but it looks like he's going to be playing this game relatively open. One would think he's not going to be able to get walls across everywhere. And look at this. Now that we're done looking at the maps, we can see that the Viper is forward with a villager. Interesting move. Looks like that villager might be discovered in just a moment by this scout, but walling even part of this gold is going to be really useful for the Viper. Oh, nope, M has turned off. It doesn't look like he's going to discover this, and we can see with the fog of war that he doesn't know about it yet. That's an interesting play from the Viper. A relatively lame move, but you know, if these guys are practicing for a tournament game, you have to go into full lame mode, because if it's within the rules of the game, it's within the rules of the game. Here's M coming in, actually not revealing those palisades. So Viper, with a little bit of luck here in the early game, has not had this villager discovered yet. It looks like she's going to fully wall in that main gold for M, maybe pushing him off to his side gold, which isn't terrible for him if he can get to Castle Age, where he can build maybe some rams or some mangonels to get that down. But as far as the feudal age goes, this gold is pretty much not going to be useful. Pretty hard to get through that type of wall for M. Interestingly, it looks like Viper's villager is still here, undiscovered, and she's probably going to go forward and either tower something or put down a barracks. The Viper does have enough villagers on wood for barracks. His gold count is 50, which suggests he isn't going with a 3 militia drush, or at least he isn't planning it at the moment. This villager is... what is she going to do? She's getting awfully close to that TC, so let's see if M can see her. M can see her just there for a second. Let's see if he reacts. Is M going to react? He may or may not know about that villager. Let's see what his scout does. Seeing that villager is a I'm not sure how to properly react to that. I think you have to find her, right? I mean, his scout looks like he's about to find her. The scout is not going to be able to take that villager down with such low HP, but maybe you can get these villagers involved, a couple of them, to chase her away. And it looks like Viper is just going to get incredibly lucky again. M is scouting, he's doing everything right, but he just keeps missing this villager by a hair. And she's going to be walling up this entire gold. So M is going to have a disadvantage here in gold taking in the feudal age. He's going to have to take gold from here. Or he's going to have to go forward and take Viper's gold, or the central gold. I don't see any way that he's going to get these walls down efficiently enough to get there. Meanwhile, M is just now finding his 5th and 6th sheep. Remember, Viper stole his 7th and 8th sheep. He's pushing deer in toward his TC, but now that he sees that sheep, I'm sure he's going to grab that sheep and the other as well. Let's see if his scout goes over and discovers that. And for the moment, it does not. Where are you going, M? Okay, he sees it now. So he's going to go and grab that other sheep, and he'll be in good shape. So the Viper here really walling off a lot of M's resources, and M does not know about it yet. Viper is now coming forward with a barracks. Pretty normal Dark Age build for him. Lots of villagers on wood. He hasn't started building farms yet since he had a few extra sheep. 4 villagers on the mill. Actually, 5 villagers on the mill for Viper. So fairly normal for him. And we can see, looks like M's scout just got close enough. So M does now know that Viper has lamed this gold, and he has to presume that Viper's lamed other resources of his. So his scout's going to be actively looking for this villager. Doesn't look like he's going to get there in time to stop her from walling up this stone as well. So a really interesting first game for this set of matches. The Viper is not only in full lame mode, but in incredibly lucky, successful lame mode. His villager is just now discovered, and he's got most of M's resources walled up. This stone is still safe, and this gold at the moment is still safe. But this villager should have plenty of time to get over there and wall it up. This scout can't prevent it. It's on too low of HP. We can see that M is clicked up to feudal. Looks like the Viper is already at feudal age. Looks like we have a little bit of an error. That looks like... No? Okay. It says castle here in the table, but he's not up to castle yet. He's just clicked up. Looks like he is going to be able to claim this gold. The Viper not sending this villager aggressively over here. He really could have lamed that last gold pile, and it really would have been GG. But the Viper is still in great shape. He's going to send 5 villagers forward to probably build towers. If we look back at the Viper's own base, we can see that he is dropping a mining camp and a couple of villagers on stone. So we're expecting to see towers from him. Skirmishers also coming forward along with a spear. And it looks like the Viper is going to stay aggressive here. He's going to drop a tower here somewhere, one would think. And M is just now hit feudal. I apologize. It looks like there is a little bit of an error here with the spectator dashboard. So both players now in feudal age. We can roll without a dashboard. We can do this. We can see Vipers here trying to harass these villagers, slowing down their building of the market, slowing down M's fast castle. They're also dropping a tower, which is slowing M down quite a bit since he has to build a counter tower. This villager in here getting some damage on... Okay, getting some damage on Viper's builders and trying to distract them. It looks like M's tower is going to be up after the Vipers. The Viper may get a villager here or two, or he will get... Yep, he'll get a villager there. So good harassment, seems worth it to me. He's annoying M. Unfortunately, it looks like that tower is going to go down with just grabbing the one villager. Well, a couple of arrows on this villager as well. But all in all, that tower is going to fall. The Viper doesn't look like he's fully reacting to this. These villagers should be running away from this, but they're doing nothing at the moment. which tells me he's looking elsewhere. He's probably looking over here where he's building a watchtower and defending this villager with a couple palisades. That's going to take this gold away from M, and it's really going to put him up a creek. Meanwhile, the Viper, not with the best micro of these villagers. They're just kind of here taking arrow fire. Looks like 4 of them are going to survive. So all in all, 1 villager for 1 villager between these 2 players. We can see that M is he's 4 villagers up on the Viper at the moment, so he does have that advantage, but he does have a huge disadvantage that Viper's got an army, and he's taken away all of M's gold and stone for the moment, except for this pile here. M's dropping a blacksmith. It looks like a fast castle build. He has the money to click up, so we'll see him go to castle in just a moment. The Viper coming back over with another tower, a couple of palisades to protect it, and he's going to harass this wood line. Meanwhile, he's chasing these villagers who were mining stone all the way back to the TC. We can see that M has clicked up to castle. The problem is when he gets there, he's not going to have any resources to build an army with. He actually doesn't have a military building down yet, except for this barracks. So a very tough start for M. Viper dropping another tower now. That's going to harass this wood line of M's. M is going to go over and aggressively take stone, since it's the only main resource that he's going to have access to in just a few moments. No ability for M to take down any of these palisades, and it's starting to look like the Viper is in really good shape. However, he might not get this tower up. Looks like these villagers are fully committing to basically pushing this tower offense back, and they're actually going to succeed in that, and it looks like they're going to basically knock it down with their little tiny, I don't know what you call that, billy club, sword, I don't know what villagers have, but they're going to take that down. The Viper's actually going to delete it. He's going to send these villagers to do something else, to build up a couple more palisades and another watchtower. This will prevent those villagers from being able to get in and harass them while they're building. The problem is he's going to be quite a ways away from that wood. He's only going to be able to harass this area. Those skirmishers of Viper are in here. They're harassing M's villagers. M with a defensive watchtower. That seems like all he can really do right now to stop the bleeding. M is still not able to take his own gold. If we look back to the Viper, he's got 5 villagers on stone. He's still in the feudal age. He hasn't clicked up yet. Lots of farming going on, totally unharassed, and it looks like he's sending forward just skirmishers at the moment. So the Viper with a tower rush / gold and stone lame / skirmisher rush coming forward. Pretty interesting game, something I don't think I've ever seen before from the Viper. So we have a good start. This is the first game of a set of 4, and it's always good to start with an interesting one. It looks like the Viper here is just going to start harassing this wood line if he can reach. Doesn't look like he has the range. And he's just going to slowly constrict M. I guess he's the anaconda in this game, not the Viper. You know, he's really not striking M. He's just slowly constricting onto his economy and making it so that M has no money at all to work with. We can see that M has now put up a siege workshop, but he still doesn't have a stable where he might build some knights to take down a few of those skirms. He doesn't have an archery range. He's committing to potentially building a mangonel here, though we haven't seen that yet. The Viper is here, towering up M's wood line. He's also going to be able to harass the corner of this stone, and we'll see that tower go up in a second. It really looks like M has no recourse here. The only thing he can do is try to gather enough wood to drop a TC somewhere on Viper's side of the map. That's all I can think of. So we'll see where this goes. But at the moment, M is in serious trouble. The only resource he was really able to take safely was this stone, and now that is gone. So the Viper really with a very nice tower rush, a very nice forward, and if you're not opposed to laming, this is a very nice lame. He's also coming forward with some skirms here. Looks like he's going to find this wood line just in time. This tower will be up. but presumably he can harass these villagers and really slow down their efficiency, which, oh, he's actually going to get a villager pick there. I wouldn't imagine he's going to get another. No, eventually he will. He's going to camp out under that tower and basically harass these villagers. He'll be able to hit them when they get close to their lumber camp. Those villagers are going to come over here and maybe build another lumber camp if they can gather enough wood. But things look pretty desperate here for M. Sending his villagers out to grab some of these trees. Just really not working efficiently because he can't. The Viper has taken away any of his ability to efficiently take any resource. The only thing he's doing right now is farming, and his farming is unharassed. The Viper does, M does now have a mangonel. He might be able to push this back. He might even be able to knock down these walls if he gets there in time, but it does look like the Viper's villagers are over here ready to drop more towers. M is actually going to send that mangonel over to this gold pile, which is probably a wise move on his part. If he can take down this tower, he can send villagers over here to mine without even having to build a new mining camp. The Viper is here still harassing M's berries. He's going to grab a couple of villagers there as well. These villagers from the Viper are sneaking in the back. Presumably M can see them. Yes, he absolutely can. But it looks like he's going to sort of let the Viper go for the moment, and we'll see where the Viper ends up. He's going to let them go because he's ready to call GG. So there you go, game one. Not the most exciting battle we've ever seen, but really a perfect lane from the Viper. He was able to wall up, 3/4 of M's resources before he even hit the feudal age, and then just came in with a, pretty normal tower rush with some skirmishers and really took the game over. So the Viper winning a game tournament style in game one, and we'll see what's in store for game two. Hang around.